Hi, I'm Brian Eisenhower, and I'm here with Brad Baldwin. Brad, thanks for sitting down with us today. I know you're busy. You've currently got 51 active listings and 27 under contract pending right now, so you're pretty busy. And I really wanted to share with everybody one of the main reasons why you are so busy, and that's how you preview properties to generate business.
Sure.
So if you could share with the crowd a little bit about how you preview properties.
Well, how I do it is I'll pick an area that turns over a lot, an active area with a lot of listings, a lot of sales in it. So area I want to work in, maybe a new price range, something like that. I'll set up 3 to 4, 5 maximum showings within a 2 to 3 hour window.
And these are showings. You don't necessarily have a buyer, but you're setting them up to preview them for the buyers.
Correct.
Right. And that usually takes you, what, a couple hours to see those?
2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Don't make it a tight area so you're not driving around all over the city.
Okay, so you're doing them back to back, just setting up a window. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get all these showings set up, and then what else do you do?
I'll pull all the expireds in that area, and I will get some stats. You know, how many are in pending, what's sold in the last 30 days, how many actives are in the area, just so I know a little bit of the stats in case I do talk to somebody and they want to know what the house on the street sold for.
Okay, and on the expireds, how far will you go back on that?
12 months.
Okay, so you'll go back, you look at all the listings that expired in the last 12 months and bring that list with you as well.
Correct.
Okay, great. Okay, then you're viewing each house. Okay, when you go view each of the active listings, those 3 to 4 or 5 that you set up the showings on, what next?
I'll go and look at the house, and I do. I look at every room and everything like that. And then I go and make a little box around the preview. And I'll do 2 doors on the right, 2 doors around the left, go across the street and do 4 or 5 doors across there too.
So you're roughly knocking 8 doors?
Around 8 doors around every listing.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. So if you're knocking 8 doors around 5 listings, you're locking 40 doors.
40 doors.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And really quickly, I want you to role play what that script might be when you're door knocking around each one of these active listings.
Okay.
So why don't we do that?
So it's like, hello, hi, hi, I'm Brad Baldwin with Keller Williams, and we just listed a home for sale over here at 123 Primrose Street. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, and it's listed at $495,000. And curious if you know anybody wanting to move into the area.
You know, right now I don't. I don't.
Well, thanks for thinking about it. When do you plan on moving?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 10 years from now, once the kids get out of high school.
Okay, sounds good. You know, and then there's some other scripts that go along with that. You know, how long have you lived at this address and that sort of thing. I usually cut it off if they're not moving within 6 months, maybe a year.
Okay.
Just kind of go on about my business.
But if they're looking 6 months to a year, you
yeah,
might start.
There's a whole different script in there where you'll say, you know, how long have you lived at this address? Where do you plan on moving? If you were to move, where would you move to? When would that be? Those kind of questions.
Okay, so you keep asking questions. If they start talking about an interest to move, then good.
Or they might have a buyer lead. Hey,
Right.
my neighbor, actually, you know, my brother-in-law is wanting to move in this area. Oh, do you mind if I have his phone number and I can give him a call?
And show them all these houses. Okay.
And sometimes they want to look at the house that you just previewed. They want to say, well, gosh, I'm really interested in that house. Well, come on. I've already got the showing set up, and it just gives me more connection with them. I'm building more rapport with them. And if we really have a good connection, it's somebody I met, they might go in my database for a met database.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so you're out there, you've door knocked around each one. When you're out there, you're hitting expireds and FSBOs too, aren't you?
Right, so you know, you do your previews, and then I go and hit the expired doors, trying to contact those expireds, and then I'm doing 2 and 6 around those too.
Okay.
So
and usually there's a couple expireds.
Usually 2 to maybe 3 expireds, and probably a FSBO.
You'll see a FSBO physically.
You'll see a FSBO physically driving.
So same thing. Knock on that door.
Knock on that door, and
and
usually the doors around it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. And all this time, I mean, you're getting to know all these houses. You're seeing all the expired. You're seeing all the FSBOs. You're seeing all the active listings. You're talking to everybody. You're actually becoming that expert.
Yeah. I am the neighborhood expert without any mailers, without anything. I know because I know every house there. I mean, and you do it constantly. If you preview that property in that neighborhood every 6 months, you really get to know intimately the houses that are there, what's coming for sale, what they look like. So you go on a listing appointment, I have an advantage over another agent because I'd say, well, this one had wood floors and this one had granite, that one smelled like cigarette smoke, and this one had this and this one had that, and you can learn how to price your property better based on the ones that sold.
And if you have a buyer, I mean, you're gonna.
If you have a buyer, I say, I got the house for you.
And this is something you do. Right now, you're doing 3 days a week, every afternoon.
Yeah.
You do your normal lead generation activity. You prospect in the morning.
Yeah.
But this is something you do in the afternoon. Right.
Yeah.
And really, you should be doing anytime you have free time.
Anytime you have free time, especially if you're a new agent, you have nothing to do.
Yeah. This is probably the most effective thing a newly licensed agent.
Could do is learn what houses look like.
Yeah, and be generating business while you're doing it.
Generating business while you're doing it.
And
sometimes if I'm in a bad mood and I don't want to be on the phone or something in the morning, I'll just get up out of my chair, set up some showings, and just get out there and roll.
No, I agree. That's great. That really is great.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do the math on this. Okay, so you're going to go out and let's say you get the 5 active listings shown. You're going to door knock around each one of those, 8 houses around each. That's 40 door knocks right there.
Yeah.
You said normally 2 expireds.
Yeah.
That's going to be another 16 door knocks.
Yes.
And then you've got 1 FSBO. That's going to be
9.
That's going to be 9 more door knocks. So you're going to be somewhere up there right around
65 doors.
65 doors a day. You're bound to talk to 20 or 30
Bound
people.
to. Yeah, it'd take you about 3 hours to do that.
3 hours every afternoon. You can get to know the market, talk to 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
You do that 3 times a week, you're going to start getting business.
You will get business.
So, yeah, okay, well that's amazing. Okay, well that sounds awesome. Thank you, Brad, for your time. I really appreciate that. And thank you guys.